Welcome to In Our Words, a weekly segment of LMP's opinion section that highlights some of the week's most thought-provoking issues. The following are the opinions of the LMP editorial board and not the news department. Lancaster City officials say they will make a renewed effort to cut down on panhandling. 50 business owners and residents have signed a petition and presented it to Mayor Rick Gray. We've all been there. The urban dilemma. Do you give or don't you? Do you keep walking and pretend you don't see? Do you raise the car window and look straight ahead? The problem is we're never sure if we're helping or making things worse by feeding an addiction. The concerns of business owners about panhandlers along West King Street are valid. Merchants have staked their futures in downtown Lancaster, and the city has a responsibility to allow them the freedom to run their businesses. It's hard enough to make a small business work. Aggressive panhandling isn't an obstacle with which merchants should have to deal. For the rest of us who might feel a twinge of guilt when we're asked if we can spare a few dollars, there are options. Giving someone food or a gift card instead of cash. Donating to organizations such as the Lancaster County Council of Churches, which provide food and shelter to those in need. What you should do or how you should feel when you encounter a panhandler is up to you. We're not prescribing a remedy to either the problem of panhandling or the potential guilt that comes with ignoring someone who may or may not be in need. But the business owners are correct. Our sense of compassion can and will be exploited at the expense of an addiction. That simply is the unfortunate reality. Poll watchers will monitor Lancaster County's 240 polling places on Election Day, November 8th. The rules for poll watchers are set by Pennsylvania's election code. Watchers generally keep track of who is voting and may issue good faith challenges to individual voters based on identity and residency. Donald Trump has asked his supporters to keep a watchful eye on Pennsylvania's polling places because he believes something is rotten in the Commonwealth. Trump has said he believes the election is, quote, rigged, and that he will only accept the results if he wins. In posing a question to Trump during Wednesday night's debate, moderator Chris Wallace of Fox pointed out that one of the prides of this country is the peaceful transition of power. At the end of a hard-fought campaign, the loser graciously concedes. Trump doesn't seem to understand that, nor does he appreciate the damage he's doing by continuing to question the integrity of the electoral process. Banana republics rig elections. Evil despots jail their opponents. Trump attempted to clarify by saying he reserves the right to contest a questionable result, which of course is the right of any candidate and a right Al Gore exercised in the year 2000. Trump's fraud claims are irresponsible. They are also unrealistic. Rigging an election to tip the balance in favor of a particular candidate, at least in this country, would be next to impossible. We're confident that election officials in Pennsylvania and Lancaster County are doing what is necessary to preserve the integrity of the voting process. If we have information to the contrary, we will provide it. No one should let unsupported claims of potential voter harassment or intimidation keep him or her from voting, nor should unfounded forecasts of election fraud keep anyone away from the polls. The best response to fear-mongering is to show up. The best way to protect our democracy is to participate in it. Finally, both Trump and Hillary Clinton are polarizing figures, but Clinton at least has some record of working with people from across the aisle. While a U.S. Senator from New York, she pushed to ensure that 9/11 responders and Ground Zero workers got the medical care they needed. She isn't likely to make a quip or send a tweet that will spark an international crisis. She understands the threat of terrorism. She backed the Navy SEAL raid that killed Osama bin Laden. In this uncertain world, she represents a safe pair of hands. Both she and Trump are not only flawed, but unpopular. So the first inclination of our editorial board was to endorse none of the above. But someone is going to be inaugurated January 20th. In our view, the best and only choice for president November 8th is Hillary Clinton. That will do it for In Our Words this week. If you have an opinion you would like to share with us, you can email us at lancasterletters@lmpnews.com. You can also see what we think in the opinion section at lancasteronline.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Rich Maneri. See you next time.